by recognizing Your Lordship, Justice Peace Oti, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry rulers here present, our women leaders here present, and then the Asatu men leaders, and so many other dignitaries. I welcome you most delightfully to today's occasion. But let me start first of all by saying that I bring profound greetings from the rule of law and anti-corruption history in Anambra. We have been talking about the issue of sexual gender-based violence. But we have decided to come together as a people to chant the cause. A cause that will give us progress. A cause that to another level, because it is what's moving. Maybe before I start, I will want to set a scene. I will want to establish a background. It is in my keynote address, though, so you will still hear it again. Address today. It's a situation that we had at some points, that a 4-year-old girl came. She was ordeal. I don't know if you heard what I said. She was a 4-year-old, and she was not helped in the States. They sought help, but they couldn't get. You can imagine. They sought help. Behind every statistics, so I am sure of what I am saying. So I am most delighted that we have come here today to talk about a statewide agenda that could help us begin to do things differently, an agenda that will help us focus on the victim, a victim-focused, a victim-centric agenda, a victim-focused, a victim-centric approach to implementing the VAP. Beyond the framework, we all know that we have that framework, the VAP law. But it is not just the framework. Behind it, what is the human angle approach? It is that human angle approach that we have come to talk about as a state. It is quite unfortunate that we don't have the government people in their numbers. It would have been very good. If we have women affairs, it will get around to all the other relevant partners that we'll need today. So I press has been a problem plaguing our society, for which several organizations have worked on finding both policy and social intervention, social menace, making it subside, despite the strides taken by various organizations. And these include poverty, gender inequality, early/forced marriage, widowhood/. The interventions target the elimination and advocacies to duty bearers to change norms and behavioral patterns that support the dominance of men. And in Anambra State is the passage on the 15th of March. Violence and discrimination women and girls go through in the state. What do we do beyond this legislation? We have, Anambra was the first state after the federal that had that VAP law, if I am not mistaken. But we are saying that we have it. So what? So beyond this, what are we going to do about the implementation? Focus today is on sexual gender-based violence and what Anambra has been doing to arrest this pervasive ill, especially children and women. This is an issue that keeps me up at night. It does, really. Narrating her ordeal to her mother retorted, a girl as young as 4 years. But there's still a rejoinder to that. You know, that girl was defied to the church. She was still in the process of recovering. And then their instructor, na catechism, what did they do? He asked. What did they do to that boy that defiled you? The poor girl innocently said nothing. Your guess will be as good as mine. She was defiled again. She was defiled a second time. When he knew that she couldn't get justice, that nothing happened to the assailant, he repeated the same act on the same girl. So I begin to think of the resilience and courage of some survivors and what justice really means on time. Not be in the case of the 4-year-old. It was difficult for them to obtain support from the requisite quarter. To some again, a victim was quoted as saying, "Imagine my shock when I saw the man that raped me at my door. He tries to inform me." To another victim, justice might just mean looking into the eye of their rapist and telling him to confess to them, to say the truth that he indeed raped them. That is justice for them. Nothing more, nothing less. To another, justice for them is this, and not being shouted down. Madam, it is shown emeregeha. It is shown emekehi. Gini kebiga. Kedi jiwe pobana bani. They don't want to experience this. And that is what justice means for them. Not all victims want the jailing of their assailants as a metric for determining justice. And so, to a feeling of connectedness or belonging among survivors, it gives people a greater sense of empowerment and can reduce the effects of the stress that comes with experiencing sexual violence in our communities. What are we advocating as a program? What does the rollout program want us to do as a state? What we want is collaboration. Collaboration with and among other agencies. That's supportive services. We don't want people to work in silos. In the Ministry of Women Affairs, na emenkeha. In the CSOs are na emenkeha. The police are na. We want to come together as a people. Once again, we have gathered to chart a course to increase actions towards prevention, mitigation, and elimination of sexual gender-based violence in Anambra State. The importance of adopting a survivor-centered approach is essential to ensuring that Justice for Survivors initiative truly creates avenues to justice for survivors of gender-based violence. We believe that for survivors are the experts in the justice experience, and survivors have the rights and ability to guide positive change in their communities. But that is when we listen to them. I get handy. They will tell us the way they feel. They will tell us what justice is for them. They will tell us and they will give us suggestions. They will make recommendations on how to make it not to happen to them again. And we will pick up from that and move. For those of us engaged in the system, this is a call to do better, a call for change. The time to act is now. On this note, I want to say a very big thank you to service providers in the state, starting from the Ministry of Women Affairs, to CSOs, to the police, to other agencies. If I tell you that this effort is by any means easy, then I am lying to myself. Apart from being traumatized, you will go home at times and you don't eat. When you remember certain things, you lose focus. So it is not easy. Manaiha na sehabo ebiko hajisike. Asinonya sinya jide koji. I think we are making these efforts, but I think we can do better. And let us try to do better. Let us get the government involved. Let us look at it. Have an in-depth look at what is happening in Anambra State today. And then find a way to progress. So that Thank you very much for coming.
Biko kai kuko na aka amam na anyị nụlụ ife ọgụpụtalụ. Ife abụ maka ọdịmma anyị ncha. Ukwu agbawa ma nwe ka o si na-ada na ntị m. Nwedị m ike ịghọta nwa 4 years. Onwe ka onye ọwụ ma akpata oyi. I don't know, mana Chineke ga-enyela anyị aka. Anyị na-ekene madam, anyị na-ekene daalụ rie nne. Daalụ maka yes.
Would you thank you?
Thank you.
Madam Rolak, please would like you to perform an official handover of the speech to the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs.
I will do that. But before I do that,
Okay. Kaime ni hete semia.
Ndị igwe ekene m unu, ndị igwe ekene m unu, ndị igwe ekene m unu. We have our royal fathers here. Okweze the fourth, na ndị ọkpalaeze. Biko tụọlụ unu mịa igwe. It's okay. It's okay. Igwe gbalụ o. Ise. The next igwe nọ n'akụkụ ya. Nwanne m kwali o eyi obi ọfụga. Biko ka ị tụọ nia igwe. Amen. Yes, I have another igwe here. Should I say my former colleague in broadcasting those days? And at the end of the day, yes, in Minaj.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a reporter then in Minaj. And today, by the grace of God, he is the Igwe of Amanuke. Igwe, biko ki kenende.
Dalono, ukwa jibia, nkaya jina yamanara. Abom, His Royal Highness, Igwe Alphonsus Chijendo Ezebilo, Igwe Amanuke. Dalono.
Omo do the second. Anye etu gafa.
Ndi Igwe non o. Mgbe kwuzi okwu, let me just reserve my comments. Can that comment in my reserve until when I will talk? Thank you.
Thank you, Daloso. So let's take this official handover.
Honorable Commissioner, this is a keynote address from Roland. It is not all inclusive. Not all inclusive. But we can start with it.
Thank you very much. Time is asking us to be faster than we are now, so we want to get straight to
Goodwill messages.
We want to get to goodwill messages, but we want to first of all King GBV in the face of the earth, particularly Anambra State. She is a woman of honor, and she will always stand for those. So join me to welcome Justice Oti. Justice Oti, a woman of great valor. So let's welcome her to give us a good message. Because somewhere born Your Honor, I'm saying no. Do you want to sit or stand? You want to stand?
Okay. All protocols observed. Ndigwe, Ndewono. I'm so happy you're here because you have an important role to play in this fight against sexual-based violence, because it's on the increase. We have too many cases. And as they say, prevention is always better than cure. So if you can tackle that from the grassroots, that will be wonderful. The women groups, the age grades, all groups. Because you find out that what is happening now is because the young men, they want to get rich quick. And they go to native doctors. and are told to get virgins or small girls, to rape small girls, virgins and all that. And you find a 2-year-old child scattered because a native doctor has told him to rape a small girl. What we are seeing is unbelievable, is unacceptable. I don't know how we got to this. Money, 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 money. Everybody wants to be. Now it's not even to be a millionaire, it's to be a billionaire. The craze is too much. It's hurting the society, it's hurting everybody. It's hurting the children. You see these small girls when they come to testify in court, I don't know how to describe it. 2 years, of course, they cannot talk, so they won't testify, but 4 years, 5 years, describing what was done to them. That they made incantations and all that, then raped the child, took a white handkerchief, cleaned up, and then. So that's why I made it a point of duty to be here, because today we are on a prison visit. So that's why I said, let me just say a few words before I leave to join my colleagues. But please, this is a serious problem. It needs to be tackled headlong. All hands, the women, hard work. But we are not preaching that now. That's why a woman will tell a 17-year-old child, go and do it. But unfortunately, she paid dearly for it, because the 17-year-old now killed his 12-year-old brother, because he went to a native doctor, and the native doctor said, you will bring a human head. And he killed his 12-year-old brother, cut off the head to take to the native doctor. This issue of native doctor is too much. And these things don't work, but meanwhile, a human being is killed, a human being is violated, a child is violated, traumatized for life. It's painful. We need to stop it. Jailing them does not, sometimes it cannot repair the harm done to the child. The child is already destroyed. I wish I brought one of the pictures I saw. It's too much, please. So let all hands be on deck. The traditional rulers, please, talk to your people. Emphasize the fact that all these native doctor thing does not work. They kill people for nothing. There's nothing like a wagu. It does not work. Sometimes it works for maybe a few days, a few hours, a few weeks, but ultimately, the person goes back to square one. So please, it's important. I'm pleading. The cases are too much, too many. Keeps me in court 6 p.m., I'm still in court. Please, let us prevent this. Let us, in fact, that's why I'm so grateful to ROLAC for what they are doing. And the last conference we went for on this, I told them that I think the emphasis now should be on sensitization. Sensitization, trying to make people understand why they should not do this, all these things. Because if we're able to educate people, if we're able to show people the uselessness of what they do, the cases will automatically reduce, and all these children violated, destroyed for nothing, they will be allowed to breathe. Let our children breathe. Thank you so much.
It's like you were looking back that I was about giving you paper, and then you decided to, deliver your judgment. Thank you very much for that experience shared. And I hope that we've learned one or two things there. One or two things. Thank you, Your Honor. And no. Okay. Okay. So now we also want to recognize the presence of Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Women Affairs, Mrs. Chinua Chubu. We'll keep recognizing you. Or because we'll just put it in because Onweka Obosede. Yes, another person that just came in. Okay, we'll go back, but then let's quickly recognize the presence of Mrs. Nzeribe. She is the wife of the controller of Anambra State Immigration, being represented here by Joy. Okay. Okay. Okay, please, well, let's quickly tell you that we have representatives from different MDAs. Ministry of Health. I wish no one from so that we recognize you officially. Ministry of Health, Biko, representative from that place, please. Alatos, Kaibia Chukwagafa. Then from the SSG, from the head of service, the AG, yes. SA. And then SA to the wife of the governor. NAPTIP state coordinator is here. Viko Fela Anyaka, wherever you are, she's doing great, Anambra. Lady Badin. Okay, she's here. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, and we keep calling out your names as we go. Right now, we want to call on the representative of Ministry of Health to please come and give us their goodwill messages. And all other MDAs should prepare, because within a few minutes, you tell us your mind, say your goodwill message so that we'll proceed to other things. Representative of Ministry of Health, please. AZ here? Not here.
On the way.
Okay, what about the Attorney General's representative on there? Biko fela anya kanaka amade anyimpa. Kai ko na aka. Good your message, yes. Two minutes. 2 minutes.
Good morning, my lord. Okay, please, may I lean on all existing protocols? Because if I stand on it, of course, it will... Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice, I say welcome to you. She would have been here personally, but for other calls for work. You know, we, in Ministry of Justice, we owe a lot, a big whole lot to ROLAC. They have been wonderful in making sure that there is justice seen, not only heard, but seen to be done. The quick dispensation of justice, thanks to ROLAC. Today we're talking about gender-based violence. And we in the Ministry of Justice, we are doing our own part because she's the multi-dimension of doing the right thing. That is why we have now opened register, sexual register for offenders. And once this register has your name there twice or more, that means you will not, there's no leniency again. Maybe a main kids that say you are not first offender. But with that register, it will show that you're not just once, no, multiple times. And once that is proved, you know. And then again, we also have our lawyers deployed to Ministry of Women Affairs, to SAGS, to make sure that, thanks to ROLAC, you know, this orange, and I'm sure you also heard the comment of the MC, the orange outfit, you know, the brightness, that is showing that our hope that tomorrow will be brighter than today. That this issue of gender-based violence, that eventually, Obuluria passed. And 4 years. When I was the secretary of FIDA, Anambra State, I made a case of 3 months. You know, initially, I did conferences. I said, why? Why did you left Papa? Why did you be in a lonely place in Anambra? Why is also lame excuses? How do you think of only 3 months? Because she was living in face me, I face you. Or warm we are, nibe we are na bed. Swa kwa nwa, kopa sa napkin. 3 months on a pool of blood. Igasi na oboto na aga na main road. Nwoke we kenye. Ke igasi gini. It is pure wickedness. Amarom what it is or whatever they believe na hameya egweju everywhere. Man all this it. So amali. Let us pray in our own little way. The much we can do, let us do it. For our future will be much brighter than this orange outfit. Thank you very much.
Representing the Attorney General of Anambra State, Dalo, for sharing your experience. Before Rolak, it was all bleak. It was all bleak. If you're involved in gender-based violence, nobody knew about you, but then this partnership started and a way synergy between government and we'll pray that if we can adhere with what is happening, what we're doing, anything I will put adhere to it, then we'll have a win-win situation. Thank you very much. Let's now call on the representative of Ministry of Education. I've been looking for her to give me her name. Is he here? Have they brought it? Okay. Mrs. Ebele Ononihu, representing Commissioner for Education. Please, is she around? Yes. I saw her a few minutes ago.
No, she's
okay, she's coming on. Can we clap for the Honorable Commissioner for Education? Education, Edukuche.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Igwe Ekenekwamono, Commissioner, Ministry of Women Affairs. Please let me stand on the 16 protocol. I bring you goodwill message from Ministry of Education. My commissioner, Professor Ngozi Chumode, regrettably is not here today, but she sent me to come and represent her and the Ministry of Education. Today, what we are talking about is one of the passion topics we have in Ministry of Education. You know, in schools, we have introduced a lot of things that will bring our children to the knowledge of sexuality education. When we started, it was like, why are you teaching these little kids? Ifarolo and another kind of talk. But today, we have seen that it's something that we really have to talk about. We talk about it with our voices high because it is eating up our children. I don't want to give many instances, but if time will permit me, it won't. I tell you. A lot of things, even incest. You see parents, fathers, sleeping with their daughters, abomination. A lot of things are going on. I'm so you talked about collaboration. We really need people to collaborate with us so that this ill will certainly stop in the society. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you take over?
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner for Education.
Okay, let's recognize quickly the presence of one of the oldest Igwes, Nemo of Anambra State. And we're talking about the Igwe of Ifitedunu. Ezedunu of Ifitedunu. Ezedunu, let's tell him. Igwe Dr. Emeka Iluno. No, you're welcome, sir.
Ezedunu, no.
Okay, the Igwe of Amas. No, Igwe. You're welcome, sir. Igwe, Igwe. People don't know that the greetings of the Igwe is a blessing, traditional blessing. Igwe when Igwe Doctor Emeka Iluno Ezedunu Kobenyanyi good message. He's a medical doctor, so I'm sure he must have treated a rape survivor or onye dia koposileze no. So he's an ambassador. Yes. Welcome, Igwe.
Commissioner Ndalo, ndebanye kenemuno. Biko okwu a akpụ n'ọnụ bụ ife dị mkpa rinne. N'eziokwu kịta ife anyị na-afụ kịta ka ife afụrụ aka arọ na-abụ gara aga arọ ịtọ gara aga and so forth and so on. Ọ dị ka ọ na-akawanye njọ kwa ụbọchị. Ife kasị mkpa na anyị ebido jụọ onwe anyị jọwanye njọ kwa ụbọchị. Anyị ma na ife agụ na-eweta erika na a hungry man is an hungry man. Mana ọ bụrụ ebe a ka a ga-anọ kwedo aka. Ụmụaka anyị ma ndị okenye ma ụmụaka chiziri aka kwụnye na ọgwụ na-emebi isi. Ụdị dị iche iche, ụdị na-amara na ọ bụ ọgwụ fa meziri ya ọgwụ ịdọwa pent dịka before ya nata ifu na-agba egwu ya kulie n'imi pent eje ebe dịka na-enwe toilet ekwuye nya a na-ekulu fancha niile ọba anya n'isi ọtọnụ anya atọnụ ọ ya abụọzi mmadụ. Ife a na-afụ erika ọ dịka asị na nke a bụ obele ịbatazi ya n'ụlọ aṅụba nke wụ mmanya ịmago dịka ekwuru na agụụ n'onwe ka o si eme abịazi afụ ebe enwere mmanya ọ ya na-akwụrụ ụgwọ na ya ọṅụwo ya nere ya n'azụ ọ natazie ụmụ nwaanyị na-aṅụzi stout kịta ụmụ nwaanyị na-aṅụzi Heineken kịta ụmụ nwaanyị na-aṅụzi ada ogbe adeli ya ada so no ada nwe ọ natazie ya na di ya akwị ife di ya ekwu na ọ challenge ya and o nwere ife na afụ ụfụ ka nwoke zuru ụlọ inye challenge mana eziokwu dị na ya na ụmụ nwaanyị adịgo empowered na ụmụ nwoke anyị akara ghọta na ụmụ nwaanyị dị empowered na fa need their own respect fa chee na fa gaga abụ oru ekwu ekwe n'ụlọ no di na nwunye na-akpa elu anyị emeri ya na onye ka ibie na elu ka ahịa na-akpa okwu maka ife esi na ike ana m eweta unu ekene pụrụ iche na-ekene unu n'ọnọdụ anọ si biko ka ewetunata aka anyị rapụrụ inekwata ezinụlọ anya chọbazie oke ọchịchị outside ejesizi anata ezinụlọ ndị awụzi ofu ime nwoke na-ewe iwe nwaanyị na-ewe iwe ụmụaka na-ewe iwe imezi ọkpọ awụrụ n'anya mana ụmụ nwoke biko nwayọ ọnụ mgbe ewere gị and oyibe were gị ịnwa na ife dị ya akwụ m ọtọ ebe a na-asị na ife ndị igwe na-afụ erika na anyị wụ ndị igwe ọkalịlị mana anyị na-anwụ oke anyị otu o si na dị anyị na-ebu ozi ya ana and anyị ga-eme ka ndị anyị na-enekwata anya mmalụ na ọwụ ọzọ ka mgbe afọ na ekwesị ịdị na-eme emetụ ma nwoke itiwu nwunye ma nwunye itiwu nwunye ma ọ ime abuse ụmụaka ma anything na-atọ na kịta bụ ugwu nkwanyere anyị wụ ndị igwe ga-enebe ya anya kaba arụfụ na ifo niile a na-eme ife dị mma ekene mụ na ọ ya dị unu mma o
Ezedunu kachoni Ezedunu
anyị na-ekene gị daalụ nne daalụ ọ sị onwe ihe ịfụlụ mee ka ndị ọzọ malụ emechi n'ọnụ na ọ gbasara ọlụ gị maka ịrapịa onye eche na ọ na-eme ihe dị
will be the president of ASATU.
Yes.
He's representing ASATU. Ifurayamana, all the PGs, yes, PGs in Nigeria, not just Anambra State that are here. So let's welcome Chief Barrister Titus Abudu. A round of applause for him, please. Kaikwana Kadaloda.
ndị igwe ogbu m apụkwanụ ndị nna m ndị igwe nọ ASATU kwezuenụ My Honorable Commission. From the woman leader. Okay, ezigbo mmadụ. No, fukwe nwanne m nwanyị, nwunye m. On behalf of Anambra State Association of Town Union, asị ka nkene your ministry na ndị ọzọ gị na fa nọ in partnership for this fight. Honestly, the fight to end this violence against gender-based violence. I brought today Obido. And since he got on board as the commissioner, one of the areas he concentrated so much, at least on 1 or 2 occasions, I will go together to make sure that there was justice for people. The point in Choi make, most times, obun achobakwe the root cause. Ojo njo, mwade meto, mwade ibi makana gene, onwero the capacity or the strength or no runa the age is honestly nefa and emerogene a crime against God and humanity. And that's the reason why we must do everything possible to stop it. And I know what I know also that the parents they committed to their marriage. Ana abiano no iwe wakwanu no mugalia umaz. Mgbe gboo asị na anya na ibi ebu ofu ọbala na ọ nwere ife nwere ike ka arụchinie. Nwanne ya na ibi okwu ofu ọbala enwere ike ịnọkọta wel bọtụ pịa nwanne ya. Mana na-ejezi n'ilo mụghalịsịa bata n'ụlọ vancha na-eme gịnị n'ọnwanne. Mana in real sense ọ bụrụ. So certain things bịa na-eme ịra afụzi ya ifu na ọbala anwa are resizi iweta magneto na agbawo ofu positive ọ na repair. Ịbịakwasị ebe anwa dị magneto ga ifu na positive negative. And then one on ga dị na nwunye bi ala n'ụlọ fe yibo onwefa. Etu aka ọ dị nwa amụ n'ụlọ. Anọkatakwa efe yibo onwefa. Ebido ebe anwa gbochibia ọ ga-enye aka apart from na onwegodu ndị arụ na aya na ha niile enwetasị ta aha ezigbo ahụfụ. Aso no enwe emego no ngwotalism or metaqualism. Those people elugo to the point the government ame gịnị ame ekwezi ekwe. Nsogbu enwe the ministry gị emebi mee gịnị jepụta wee ife mere eju asị na okwu enya osobezie nwatakịrị anwa na ọma anụ di na ọma eme nke nwa na ọ dịrọ mma ka ụwa mara ife mee ọ dịrọ mma. Onye ọbụla zobe ọya ọnya bụ na ọ ga-eme gịnị na ọ ga-egbu onye. So ezu na ike you keep on sensitizing people etu isi eme on the need ụdị ife anwapụta ka ekwupụta just like nna anyị igwekwu the case the traditional rulers na afụsi anya just like lawyers and doctors si eme gịnị si afụsi anya. Anyị nwa nọ na the communities as the PGs where such problems we also try so much I report to the appropriate authorities even when the parents they will allow na nihe niile dị mma because now so na gịnị
Sonia Udo Egba na Echaka. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have just 2 persons to go, but Biko, I want to plead with those 2 persons. When you come, let your 1.5 minutes be 1.5 minutes. So let's call on the state commandant of NAPTIP, Anambra State, Lady Judith Ibadan. She is a great warrior in the field of GBV. Let's clap for her as she comes out. No.
Our royal fathers, the Honorable Commissioner of Women Affairs, and all other protocols duly observed. On behalf of NAPTIP, Anambra State Command, and on behalf of NAPTIP as a whole, I stand here today in line with the activities marking the 2024 SGBV Day to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the warriors and fighters of this SGBV in Anambra State and in Nigeria as a whole. As the global community marks this year's war day against SGBV, the campaign is a crucial reminder of our shared responsibilities that all of us has work to do as far as this menace is concerned. Because in our society today, it is ravaging the society, particularly as a fighter in human trafficking and SGBV. We are seeing a lot. A lot of things are happening, violence everywhere. Like one of our royal fathers say, we know that hunger is part of the causative factors of violence against persons. And so many things to drug abuse. People are not doing certain things with their clear eyes. So many crimes are contributing to violence on human beings. But as we join in line with this year's theme, which says towards Beijing 30, that all of us should unite to end this crime. So I join the fighters and to remind us again that GBV has no place in our community. It has no place in our families. It has no place in the society. And we should break the culture of silence, culture of not reporting. And because some people are ashamed, if I report, the stigma follows me. We should encourage secure justice, that justice is served, because it's only when you give justice to the victims that you begin to heal the pains and trauma that they feel as a result of violence. So it's a clarion call for all of us. I'm NAPTIP too at the national, we are at the forefront of fighting GBV. Even though at the state, we concentrate mostly on human trafficking. But when we see cases of GBV, we make referrals where appropriate. Like the Women Affairs has been there, coordinating all the organizations that are fighting in this field. So I appreciate all that are fighting, and to remind us that it's not over until we have fight this menace to a finish. And thank you, Roland, thank you, United Nations, and thank you, everybody supporting to ensure that this thing happens every year as a great reminder that people suffering must speak out that we are with them in spirit. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Speak out.
Yes.
Speak out.
Speak out, yes. The last person that will talk here, others will talk later, but let's get to the next item. Time adiosi. So let's quickly, what we're doing here is multi-sectorial. We are getting everybody involved. That's why you see the Muslim community here. You see Ndi Bishop, Ndi Oka, Ndi Igwe, they are here. We can't work without them. So let's quickly welcome Al-Imam Sharif Olariwaju. He's the Muslim chairman on gender-based violence in Anambra State. Can we give him a round of applause? Kakwak, I didn't hear this. Please, let's clap for him.
I'll be standing on the existing protocol. Good morning, sir. The Honorable Commissioner, regards to this gender-based violence, is one of the things that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may peace and blessing of Almighty Allah be upon him, discussed in his farewell message when he was going. He kicked against any form of violence, be it physical, emotional, or spiritual. But when we talk about this violence of a teen, we say charity begins at home. Some of our attitude that we are doing at home is what our children are doing outside. Some of our actions that we are doing at home, because when you look at some parents, the way they act, maybe they may believe that this person is my wife. Whatever you are doing before your children is what they will be doing outside. That is number one. You should not call anyone a child. We are now at computer age. And at the same time, we talk about civilization. Look at the movies, the film. We see it as an entertainment that we used to entertain one another or ourselves in our family. You will be there watching such movie before your children. I want you to know whatever they are doing there, to go out. And at the same time, with the religious leaders, we have to preach against all this form of violence. Not that when person come to our church or the mosque, if he give us millions of naira, we forget about his source of money. Our ego has said it all. Look at the ritual or whatsoever they are doing now. The pastors, the imam, will not even ask people their source of income. What we are after is that they are using people's wife. This is where I will call it a day for now. May God bless every one of us. God bless Anambra. God bless Nigeria.
Sticking to the time allotted to you. This fight, we must do what? We must win it. So now, before I hand over to the Honorable Commissioner for Madam Commissioner, Honorable Madam Commissioner, Madam, you know. So before I hand over to Madam Commissioner, Unasim unite to end GBV in Anambra. Kaine ukuya maka pledge kosti kianye. Nsigi 0 GBV esem gene unite to end GBV in Anambra. So can we go now? 0 GBV. Unite to end gender. 0 GBV. Unite to end GBV in Anambra. 0. Hi. Now go first. Thank you very much. What's the idea? Okay. I go just.
I recognize His Royal Majesty Joel Nwepu. Aina sege. Igwe Aina sege no. Igwe na joka. Igwe, you're welcome, sir.
Igwe ni nene. Okay, Igwe na joka. Igwe no. Oh.
Igwe Aina sege no. Aina chiga niru I fukwalo. Yes.
Fighting GBV will stick. Yes. Anaputa ndi colonize the hospital in your community. Okay. Okay, right now we want to round off. We want to round off with the Honorable Commissioner's remark. Okay, Madam your opening remarks. Yes. Because Madam Commissioner, 2 minutes. Oh, about 2 Nigerian minutes. 2 minutes. Global.
Bam.
Hey, because
it can't
be 2 minutes.
The Prime Minister himself, Ichaka, you are the head of all the pages. You're highly welcome. I salute you in a special way, the woman leader, the coordinator of all the women in Anambra State. My special appreciation to Rolak. They are the reason we are here today. Because I call on Ofaka. They've been helping us, supporting us in a special way. I'll also say a big welcome to VAP Implementation Committee. You're welcome. I am equally welcoming all the NGOs. Bialeba today, the market women, none, and all the groups. And I'm making chanine. And in a special way, I want to ask Pluto for giving us the political willpower the political willpower with every other thing we are doing. If we don't have this political willpower, are we going to fight this war? Doing all this, these people we are talking about, they must have known onye. By the time you're getting there and you're introducing yourself, onye mamadi will make 1 or 2 calls. And the governor will tell you that if you don't live there in the next 1 minute, he will sack you. True or false? Okay, check out in Nigeria. It's like it's only in Anambra State that we are enjoying this kind of political willpower. Anytime we get to Abuja, Anambra, it's just because of this support, strong support I am getting from the governor. Because he doesn't want to know who you are, highly placed you are. Gender-based violence, if I tell you, if I show you the petition they wrote with Nepu lawyer against the Onya here, he just said, Madam Commissioner, react. Co-activities of the ministry or seem well done. Case finish. This thing we are talking about, we can't do it alone. We cannot succeed if we don't come together to do this work. I appreciate most of the Igwes we have in Anambra State. Because our system is this. When we get a problem, a complaint, we'll first of all, most of the time, write to the Igwe, write to the PG, tell them to join us in the war, and they will come out and join us. And you will see that everywhere will be very hot for you. In the township, down there in the village, so I'm making Igwe. I want us, at the end of this opportunity we have today, being bankrolled by the ROLAC, that you people will go home understanding that we are not witch hunting, but you can't just go and gang rape a girl and you will expect us to close our eyes. Is it possible? You can't beat up your wife to stupor and you expect us to keep quiet. What of a situation where you kill that person finally? Then you will go to jail for murder. Look at the one that happened at Ojoto. Right? Not just there. The man, after beating this woman, broke her leg, her stepmother. And people around gathered. Get help for this woman. There is no good to take this woman to hospital. Because the man is influential, he now went, got security people, and arrested all of them. Then no, don't pick one after the other. I know follow up where. I know follow up where. Hana I know follow. Oh, what I know for locally 30,000, the less than 30,000. All of them. And whistleblowers came. At a point, Ndipefanine came, Ndiojoto. The youth. He's been in the correction. Just do the needful and you will be free. And if an magazine sensitization, I think, is the key to this thing I know now. Sensitization is very important. Her Majesty Kulie, what of a situation where we go back to the drawing board and talk to ourselves? The way we bring up our children. Are we training them to become beasts tomorrow? Because when you get a son that you see as he who must be obeyed, he is going to grow up to be a youth, a beast. Because he wouldn't want to listen to anybody. So let's, parents, let all of us go back to the drawing board. Let's just train our children and bring them up to be responsible people. Even as we are talking now, we are here. And now go for kids that are still committing crime. When we see no child, we go to Ebony, Bankata with Napti. She is doing wonderfully well forever. But God has a way of finding these people out. Ijeluje go nwa illegally. Go nwa na amaku, nwa nwatakele mụrụ. Ilute ebe anwa gocha nwa, asịrị ya gịnị hakpa na ya kwụ hospital bill. Ikwo sọnsọ nke nwa nwa igoro, rapụzie nke nne. Is that not wickedness? Mana ima nke ọbụla ha na handle, we try not to bring it to the public so that ha nwee room where make their investigation called the perfect. But I tell you, they are doing wonderfully well. In a nianya or dig or defoge kamonanya, if you are niru mana go. You know? So I'm making everybody neighbor. Together we will succeed. When we agree that we are going to succeed, we will succeed. I would not fail to appreciate this person too. Because I now want if I want to continue. Memoro na ilu ebe ni efe. Ndi igwe, unu agọta iwu nke ọsịsọ. Ifuru PG anyị a n'ebe a. Ịchaka nwelu nke melo na ngada ya, ngada kwa bụ real ngada. O kwesịrị nke o ji bụrụ mmadụ. Cause him you see, you know well. Ya bụ okwube from two sides of his mouth. But immediately I called him. He stood by me. And he didn't hide himself. He came out openly and fought the war with us. And we succeeded and gave that. Let's do this together. We can do it. We can't keep pretending. Because the more we pretend, the more things get out of hand. And you see it's happening. Igwe biko onwe nke ị ga-enyelụ m aka igwe amanuke onwe nke jidelu nwatakịrị nwa tigbuo ya na your community, and I've been going after him on ha makwara otu esikwu ya na nna abịa ọwalụ ama m obodo nke ọ gbanaga mana emesịa nye gị information maka na ọ gbacha no matter how many years imelụ mpụ ajụgo m ndị lawyer. One time cannot change more criminal act, more criminal act. That anytime I did the lonyanwa, nganga. Omo onye rape nwatakili 23 years ago. Immediately Soludo Batanolo. This girl summoned up courage and came to our office. And we summoned up courage and arrested the man. The month on our retirement, I see her, oh yeah, come to school. Mwa moro, isi no moya, niga, enyaka. Imagonu those days, nana, ona yo, semenia, niano romani ofo, manomu kekini na university. Umwa lose wo, umwa lose wo. Say no, this person a lose go, but this girl cannot lose. And we got justice for her after 25, 26 years. We will keep appreciating Soludo for what he is doing for Anambra. I will stop here because here upon Kankulugaba, a man on Wednesday first I am met today. But I am asking, I am begging, I am crying. Unu choka nsepulana me sepuana. Ndi igwe, ndi PG, nyalono ndi aninu unu frona eba aka. In one word, the other hakalera akari. Almost see NGO hanokasini imie. I want to information. I want bikonu. I need it from you people to do the needful. We have to investigate. Collectively, we do the investigation. I want to hear the truth. One corner somewhere. You see the Jew in a correctional center. So I beg to stop here. Thank you for being our guest today. Thank you.
Super mommy.
Complete the song.
Super mommy. GBB. GBB. State. GBB. 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 GBB in Anambra State.
Unite to end GBV, GBV, GBV. Let's unite to end GBV in Anambra State. Okay, right now we want to go and take photograph because many years from now, our children will wake up and then say that we were witnesses, that we did something to end GBV. So please, I know you. Ndigwe denu host unu ka ofuta na agwa no ife aya
imana ihe aga bụkwanụ ife ọ ga-abụ igosi mmadụ sị maka ị na-akọwa ife ime igosiro mmadụ
foto
picture o nwere ka ya aga mgbe a ọ bụ na ndị igwe nọlụsịa ndị PG
ndị permanent secretaries na-apụta no ndị na-represent mba ha na-apụta sim ha na-apụta ndị igwe ababago so that we don't wait. So the picture, now. Then others will come and file in. Permanent secretary, permanent secretary,
the permanent secretaries,
administrative education, commissioners, and then represent commissioners. Please come. The PG. I will know multi-sectorial approach. Rolla ke. Rolla kono no kuya. Yes. Can you say to you time for labor? Let's a month for you. Come see what you how take it. I took a shift to I tried to you with her. I just shift. Hey. Because I shift to like I take off water. Yeah. I can now have a leeway where because I shift to coach it. About Macano, I shift to cook and do like waking. I took in one space, one other space ever. I can need the low change. Where is the low change when it's okay, Bikono. We want to start. Biko, can say picture. Chidimma, you know, in charge. Dimma, are in charge? Putazieno, can you put your child?
Photographer, are you ready?
Are you done? People know exercise after this. Very important exercise. Because cello, we can't do it again. Cello. Oh, we have our unity notes because it's important to us. I have what of me. I wouldn't necessarily have it. We wanted a call like this. Because I go, yeah, this signify that today we are making a plate that we're going to do this and do that. So,
Okay, let's go.
okay. Then hello, Bello. And Miss Now, thank you very much. Because no.
Get the aukwa now.
Chitana aukwa ndi no na chitana aukwa nwa because I need igwe ka I take this knot, unite knot. And when I here, because let's get it. Achomka, oh my God, you see me here now. Because I got stand up. Bonatano, Emerson never saying kono ka emu tego di igwe and ndi roller. Let them do that unite knot. Like this. Because can the igwe me ndi PG can the father guy me go there. Yes, sir. Never come here. Come and help me move the seats. Help me remove the seats. One. I know this is an hotel. You go for breakfast. As you know, open up town. As you know, open up. Let's remove the seats. So help us get the seats down. Please come up and join the knot. Come up. Sorry. Because they're tying a knot. Never here. Make room for a woman. Okay, let's leave. Permanent Secretary, Women Affairs.
Hello, Doc. Can you please hold your paper properly? Dr. Josephine.
PAMSEC Women Affairs.
Don't cover your face.
Stay there. I want a note.
Okay.
Don't stay there. Where is it now? Okay, you're out. Okay, let's do. Can we take this one? Let it be tidy. It's now tidy. Let's do it. Are we taking? Smile, ma'am. We are depending on you.
will end. Thank you. Because, tea break, tea break. I get check out the candy wedge.